The man in the vents. When Alice moved into her new apartment, she was relieved to finally have a place of her own. It wasn't big, but it was cheap, quiet, and perfect for a fresh start. The building was old. You could tell from the creaky wooden floors and yellowed wallpaper. Still, it had a certain charm. At first. On her first night, as she was getting ready for bed, Alice heard a sound. A soft scraping, like metal on metal. She paused, thinking it was just pipes or maybe a neighbor. But as she lay in bed, the noise grew louder. Scurry. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from the air vent above her bed. She stood up on her mattress and peeked inside. Darkness. Just the hollow, dusty guts of the building. She laughed nervously and went back to bed. The next night, the sound returned. Same rhythm. Same vent. She recorded it on her phone and sent it to her friend Max, asking, "Creepy, right? Maybe a rat?" Max replied, "That doesn't sound like a rat. Sounds bigger." That night, she dreamed of someone crawling through tight spaces. Someone dragging themselves with long, thin fingers. She woke up drenched in sweat. The next morning, she told the building manager, an old man named Mr. Delano, about the noise. He looked at her and went pale. "What room are you in again?" he asked. 305. He swallowed hard. "You're probably hearing the wind. These old vents. They make sounds." But his eyes betrayed something. A flicker of fear. That evening, Alice returned to her apartment with an unease settling in her gut. As night fell, the noise returned, louder this time, and now, whispering. She pressed her ear to the vent. A voice, faint, gravelly. "I see you." She jumped back. Her heart pounded in her chest. She dialed 911, but the call dropped. Desperate, she ran to her neighbor's door, an old woman named Mrs. Halvorsen. When Alice explained what happened, Mrs. Halvorsen's face turned pale. "They never told you, did they?" "Told me what?" "That apartment used to belong to a man named Gregor McKeck. He was sick, thought the government was watching him. He tore open the walls, crawled through the vents, lived in the shadows. Then one day, he just vanished. They never found his body." Alice stood frozen. "I always thought," the woman said, "he never left. He's still in there, hiding, watching." That night, Alice didn't sleep. She sat with a flashlight, pointing it at the vent. 2 a.m. Scrape, scrape, whisper. She turned on loud music, covered the vent with a blanket. 3:12 a.m. Tap, tap, tap. The blanket moved. Something was pushing from the inside. She screamed, ran out of the apartment, slept in her car. The next morning, she demanded Mr. Delano call pest control. When the workers arrived, they unscrewed the vent. Empty. Nothing inside but dust. Still, to be safe, they installed a steel grate over the opening. That night, all was quiet. No scraping, no whispers. Until 3:03 a.m. A knock from inside the closet. She grabbed a bat and slowly opened the door. A hole. A vent opening she'd never seen before, hidden behind old coats. Something was moving inside. She shined a light. Eyes. Pale. Wide. Blinking. And a voice. "You covered my door. I had to find another way." She ran, screaming into the hallway, called the police. When they arrived, the hole was gone. Drywall covered the closet, smooth and untouched. They didn't believe her. No one did. But every night since, at exactly 3:03 a.m., she hears him. In the vents, in the walls, whispering, tapping, waiting.